I played a brief little bit of copyrighted music there by accident. So we're starting a little bit late today because I was running a watch party movie before the class. So we were watching the Katsushiro Toma anthology film Memories. But yeah, watch party is where you can watch you can legally watch Amazon Prime videos if the people watching have Amazon Prime accounts, basically. So there's a pretty good selection of movies to study and learn from and stuff. So I might make that a more of a regular thing.
What was the movie again?
Memories.
Memories.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna get started on a little warm-up set just to get us going. I've got to go do a couple things before I jump in. But yeah, on screen is a bunch of my warm-ups earlier. But yeah.
Are we running Magma Studio tonight, or?
Yeah, we will. I have to set that up first, though. But here, let's see here. There it is. It's my new figure drawing set. It's gonna be 2-minute poses. So, okay, Google, set timer for 22 minutes 30 seconds. Okay, Google, set timer for 22 minutes 30 seconds.
22 minutes and 30 seconds. Starting now.
Alright, I'll get Magma up and running.
By the way, Space Dad, in case you're wondering, there's another application online called Scener that also runs watch parties, and you can link Prime, Netflix, and Hulu, and a couple other different services to that.
I mean, legally?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. It's like Comic-Con ran all their stuff through that.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll look into that later for sure.
I'll drop the link into the chat.
Oh, looks like Chrome wants to be updated. I'll worry about that later. Anyway, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop.
Are we just doing warm-ups right now?
Yeah. I might want to make one of my other displays the main display. Let me do that real quick. Display settings. I'll have to make the off-camera display the main display so that when I'm alt-tabbing things that they don't appear on screen. Yep, that works. Good. Yeah. I'm gonna take care of the Magma Studio links now. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Alright, let's see here. Magma Studio links. Okay, Google, add 1 minute to timer.
Done. 1 minute added to your 22 minute and 30 second timer. You've got 20 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
Nope, wrong thing. Panel 1. Panel 2. Panel 3. Panel 4. Have to keep the window open again. Stuff installed the air conditioner and the parts need should be in order. So,
I think only panels 1 and 2 are in the Magma Studio links.
Oh. No, 3 and 4 are in there.
Okay, that's odd. It's not refreshing from my end.
Whoops. Yeah, for some reason they went up, 3 and 4 went into, yeah. I think I clicked something wrong. The 2 of them went into class announcements by mistake.
Ah. Whoops.
How'd that happen? It's weird.
Because Discord is applying everyone's immediate destruction.
Let me go check the key real quick. So big. I'm not being too talkative just yet. We're kind of running a little bit late because we went overtime and watching that watch party video. Taking a little bit to get oriented here.
All good. I think.
So for now, we're just getting warmed up. Tonight's focus will be using Ethan's latest video, actually. There's one artist in particular that he cites on that, which we're going to be using as the study fodder for this evening to get a bunch of torso practice in. I'll probably touch a little bit on muscle groups of the torso, but mostly it's going to be like kind of like deferring to Ethan's very simplified shape that he uses in his video. You're going to see me do a lot of figure invention this evening because I'm trying to develop a sketching method for how I construct my figures. Some of the examples you can see earlier today. I may use it on some of the figures on screen tonight, but we'll see. But it really depends. Like, I'm kind of like going with what I feel is what I kind of need to do right now. And in this case, it's like kind of being bold, a little bit more bold with my figure invention. Whereas this kind of invention that I'm doing right now, this is actually related to what we're going to be doing tonight. Because we are actually going to be inventing poses. For now, we're just kind of getting warmed up. Just pay special close attention to the torso, the torso shape and stuff for this, by the way. So someone in Twitch chat says, the more I warm up, the more depressed I get at my skills. That means don't retreat if you're feeling that. Don't retreat and try to find something that is going to build your art muscle in a constructive way. So you'll come away feeling a little bit stronger. Like you're not gonna achieve mastery overnight, but you can feel good about yourself if you put in the effort, and if you are trying to put in the effort. One thing that will help you is if you pick something very, very simple to concentrate and direct your energy on. Fortunately, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. There is something very, very simple that we're going to be doing. For now, don't worry about making good or bad drawings. I want you to loosen up. If you have some simplified drawing tools you can use, like some of the tools that I've given you guys from previous sessions here for the figures, or maybe look for some of the other people that might be pulling off some drawings that you want to imitate the approach of, like some of the very simple kind of stick man body things that some people are making right now.
Hey, Space Dad.
Yeah?
Are you gonna stream it over Discord too, or?
Yeah, I probably will. Wouldn't make sense for this right now to do. And we're gonna be watching an Ethan Becker video that you're not gonna have audio on when I play it.
Okay.
But after that, probably yes. So there's an approach to drawing that I haven't really used in a while, that you're kind of seeing how I sketch right now. There's like older examples of my work from a couple years ago of me drawing in kind of this way. And I kind of want to go back to it because there was something I was hooking into with that I think now that I have some other studies under my belt I can expand on. But it's a lot of it is treating treating the line as a piece of clay. Like I'm not drawing a line or an exterior. I'm trying to mass. What you're seeing right now is me massing in like pieces of clay to create a figure. Now the point of warm-ups is you're supposed to just loosen up. Like it's not like you shouldn't. Your shittiest drawings are usually going to come out during warm-ups, unless you like. Sometimes you just have a strong start that day. You just have the right mindset, so your warm-ups come out looking surprisingly strong. But you should not be concerned at all with like making your drawings look good or bad. You should be concerned with loosening up. In fact, I would like try to get your blood pumping during the warm-ups. Like, just try to go a little nuts, because you're gonna be slowing down later. But get really expressive with it. It doesn't matter if it's bad or not. Just give yourself permission to like mess around. That's kind of what I'm doing with this, by the way. This is a sculpted, invented figure where I'm giving myself permission to mess up the proportions or mess up things or mess up anatomy as long as I make something that like feels kind of fun to me, or feel fun or interesting to me, that I feel like I'm getting something out of. I want to start regularly sketching like this because I think this might be a foundational way for me to draw like my animation a little bit more in the future. Like doing more of this and then getting more efficient with it, for me, I think would work out really well. Because then I'd approach things as like building stuff out of play, or building figures and poses out of play. Like, I think I've absorbed enough information that I should just go for it. Just try to make something that creates some kind of a mood to it in my sketches, and then just develop on that sort of thing. Just try to make some kind of a striking statement with the figure that I enjoy. I can also, later on I'm also going to be playing with shading and texture and stuff on the figures too, when I get more into this method. Yeah. Don't be embarrassed by your lack of skill. Be only embarrassed if you are not struggling and trying. Sometimes there's gonna be times when you hit a brick wall, but if you are trying to put in like at least a few good hours every day to draw, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, as you're able to. I mean, some people have like work and school and stuff, and you shouldn't be ashamed about that either. It's just maybe not in the cards right now for you to devote more time to practice art. But if you can get in like 15 minutes a day, you should feel good about that. What I want to steer people towards is being able to partition themselves so they can put in several hours of self-driven practice in every day. Well outside my classes. Okay, Google, stop. I also want to steer people towards taking real paid classes.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I want to steer people towards taking paid classes of some kind. I don't offer paid classes. I just want to steer people towards taking good paid classes. So like my figures are very distorted, elongated, and stuff, but that's not a problem. Like the anatomy's off and all that kinds of shit. But the point of doing like these kind of free sketches that I've done is to just enjoy the act of drawing. Just play with what I do. Play with what I do have. Not be ashamed of it. And come up with striking imagery in my process of sketching. Because as I do this more, I'll be able to refine this and develop this. And I can plug in better knowledge of anatomy and other things like that as I keep studying.
Hey, Space Dad.
Yeah?
Would it be possible to open up another panel?
Yes, I'll get to that in a little bit.
Alright, thanks.
So-
Also, worth mentioning, I signed up for the Travis Blaze workshop.
Oh,
Have you
good.
heard of that?
Yeah.
The storyboarding one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be really good for you. Let me see, what panel should I put this on? So, we're gonna watch the Ethan Becker video here. And this is tonight's class subject. I'm actually gonna. Ethan is basically gonna be taking the wheel for me right now. So you have to excuse. My studio is going away temporarily while we get this. While we get a little bit of Ethan under our belts. So this will be playing for the break. We have about like a 9-minute break. Feel free to sketch and take notes. But yeah, actually, while he's doing that, I'm gonna yoink. I'm gonna get Pure Up going, and I'm going to start yoinking stuff that I know we're gonna be needing for this. So I should have done that before class, but I got really distracted. Give me a second here. Whoops, sorry. Weren't supposed to see that.
Just by placing the head and the arm in different spots, with this one shape, you can have characters turning in space. I've split the spine, and now I've deceived your little baby infant brain into thinking that this person is turning in space. If you have trouble making dynamic poses, start with that, get learned, okay? Don't you ever draw with an arm or a leg. Ever. Why? Don't ever? You really? Wow. Okay. When I worked with the Avatar team, they taught me one simple shape to draw figures. Here's what we're gonna do. 3 steps. I'm gonna keep it slow so you can follow along. Step 1, pick your favorite artist to reference. Step 2, find the simple shape. Step 3, re-angle pro artist. It's very, very simple. I'm gonna walk you through it, all right? Again, this is one shape, any angle, none of these arms or legs. Arms or legs are just tubes. We're not gonna pay attention to those. We don't need those. If you wanna draw on this level, don't do this. Never do this. And by the way, I just quit my full-time animation job to work on YouTube for you, to make you happy. Are you happy now? Are you happy, June? All right, step 1, find your reference. This is too complicated right here. We're artists. We don't know how to read. Why do you think we're doing this in the first place? For me, I need to find somebody really, really clear on who to reference, good structure. I'm referencing the guy that everybody is referencing in this field, Ryu. Ryu is OG, okay? Baseline, I'm gonna be teaching you no frills, none of this fancy stuff. I'm going to whip you like a child. I'm gonna whip you like I would whip me. Step 2, find the shape. And I know what you're thinking. This looks like a bean. There's a whole thing about artists drawing a bean shape for the body. This is not bean. Bean shape is ovals, and there's no decisiveness. It's like you can get lost in all these different curves and everything. This shape has a very specific turn, and we're gonna go through it in a minute. I'll explain. And this is all Ryu's work. All right, I'm gonna draw over these torsos here, and I want you to realize that all of these torsos are the exact same. I'm gonna prove it to you. We're not gonna be focused on arms, no legs, none of that. Focus on this. We're doing the shoulder and a hip and a pinch. We're always looking for this pinch. Where are these intersecting? Again, if you hear other animators or other people in the industry talking about a bean shape, okay, bean is like, no, don't. Okay, watch closely. Pinch, shoulder, hip. Here we go again. Pinch, shoulder, hip. Pinch, shoulder, hip. Pinch, shoulder, hip, gonna make them dip. No muscle groups. So we're not doing color coordinates. We're not doing, okay, we're not scientists. We're not rockets. You're making things too complicated in your infant little crayon brain. Step 3, I'm about to blow your mind. One shape, 50 poses. Right here, you're gonna see me grabbing these shapes, these bean shapes. Very simple step. I don't want you to have to think about where the torso is, where the hips are, where this and that is. If you just separate it by doing this, then it can be so much more clear for you. I'm gonna draw where the shoulder would come out, and I'm drawing which way the chest is going. And I know it looks like I'm just coming up with this stuff in my head, but I've studied Ryu and people like him so much that this comes naturally. And the more that you study these people, the more that you get into this professional mindset, the easier it's gonna come to you. And you're gonna see a shape. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna see a shape and you're gonna be like, dude, I just connected this shape to all of these angles. Whenever I was working on Voltron, I would take their silhouettes, I would create new drawings based off of their silhouettes, just in different angles. It's literally like magic. I'm gonna show you in a second. Okay, and just by placing the head and the arm in different spots, I'm turning this character in 3D space. Now, again, this isn't perfect. This is a mask. This is a armature that you can build a good drawing off of. It has to start with this fundamental foundation. Okay, back of the head, the legs kind of raising up. An arm is coming up, arms going down. Whichever way I want to do, I can make a simple semi-dynamic pose just with this. Again, I can build off of this later. And what I'm going to show you in a minute is if you split the spine in a different direction, then you can have these, with this one shape, you can have characters turning in space. I'm going to show you. See right here, I've split the spine and now I've deceived your little baby infant brain into thinking that this person is turning in space. And boom, there you go. You got up shots, you got down shots, you got side shots, you got booty shots. If you have trouble making dynamic poses, start with that, get learned, okay? Step 4, most important step. I actually talk about this step in my class. The link is in below. I can't talk about it right here. Step 5. Step 5, re-angle professional work. If you want to get the most learnage out of this dinkle right here. This blew my little sock off the first time I did it when I was 4 years old. You got those little bumps on the abs and all of these different spots, and wow, look at all these angles and all these curves. Forget it. Forget about it. If you want to draw like little Timmy from high school, go ahead, draw your little abs, okay? But I'm gonna give you something that you can have foundation. You can build the abs off of it. Forget about these bumps. First thing you do is you white out the inside and get the silhouette of the professional drawing. You need to have this clear silhouette of a pro drawing. And if you're already thinking like a pro, then you can already see how to re-angle this into so many multiple directions that you want. First step I like to do, find the shoulders, which direction the shoulders are going, and which directions the hips are going. Typically, these should be tapering. They should be converging at some point. Sometimes they're parallel. I wouldn't recommend it, okay? There should be a pinch somewhere that they converge. All right, look, I'm gonna do it again. Check this out. Boom, first thing, I'm gonna find the shoulders, slight taper with the hips, find that little booty, find the pinch right here. Boom, there you go. That's all you have to do. And if you want to make clothes on top of this character, you can. Just make sure that things follow these lines. Like the belt should be following that line roughly, you know, if they're wearing a belt or jeans or pants or whatever. Boom, you got a foundation. That's all you need. Step 6, I'm going to give you a little bonus step here. Max learning, applied to figure drawing. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for your little stupid eyes to see the direction of the body. But if you study good animation and you've got good brain, then you can see animation should make it clear. Now you apply it to real life where it's not as clear. I go in and I find where the converging point is at, the pinching point. That's what I'm looking for, the clarity. I'm gonna find the center line here. All right, this eye's got a little bump right here. Completely ignore it. Don't overcomplicate yourself, okay? Just do the tubes. And for the face, keep it simple. Just do a little oval with a little direction of where the bridge of the nose is. Shoulder pinch, hip, gonna make them dip. All right, and here, right here, you might say, well, Ethan, this isn't the secret shape that you were telling us to use. Well, it is. It's just that you're so stupid that you can't see it yet because you're thinking on like one dimension, okay? You take this sucker and you spread it and skew it and you start thinking, try to imagine if you were smart, and then that would be what you would be seeing. Watch this. Wow, pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Wow. All right, skew your mind. All right, roughly the same, roughly the same shape, just put in a different dimension. You feel me? All right, with the trash bag person, you find the shoulders, the hips, pinching point, simple. Moving on. Try to do this for a bunch of figures and just get used to it, all right? Don't just stay on the same one and noodle it. Just move on. Here's the shape again, but I split it down the spine. Now it looks like he's turning in space, especially after you've had the noodle legs. Do not do this. Last but not least, try not to break down people with clothes on. It just gets too complicated. There's just like clothes everywhere and you just start, it's just bad. I see students doing all this time. All right, try to look at naked people. That was fun. I'm gonna be trying to post every week now. I just, again, quit my major studio animation job. For you, it's all for you. Check out my new classes taught right here. And for the first time ever, there are classes taught by professionals in the industry that you can go check out. There's gonna be some crazy new teachers coming to this school that you know of that we're not talking about yet. It's super secret. It's very exciting, and it's gonna have a lot to do with fresh new projects that you wouldn't see anywhere else. It's gonna be really, it's gonna be, you can just cut it off whenever I just, yeah, just cut me off.
All right. So, we're going to take a little 5-minute break, but I'm getting a little image assembly together for what we're going to be doing. We are basically going to be doing what he showed at the video there. We are going to be copy pasting images to do drawovers on. You can do that in Magma Studio. Make sure you save your work, by the way. Save a PNG of your work right now. I'm going to make another panel or two, another couple panels of Magma Studio, by the way. Let's see. So what I'm doing right now is I'm throwing, okay, Google, set timer for 7 minutes. Okay, Google, set timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us about a 7-minute break. When we get back, we're going to go back through Ethan's video, and we're going to do what he tells us to do. So Ethan is becoming the pseudo class instructor for this evening for us. So feel free to grab any artist you like. I'm assembling like a mix that I'm going to use, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be exporting this giant thing as a giant image file into my drawing app. And then I can lower the opacity on it, and I can just go on this giant ass image file that's going to be like all my collected images that I've gathered here. And I can do what Ethan was showing off all over those things. Easy peasy. I don't have to like fuss with like set up a grid or anything like that of like what I'm gonna assembly line through. I can just take my pick. I can just dip my toes, little bits and pieces into the stuff. So he basically like you can do this with any artist, any really good artist that you like. Grabbing some Bern Hogarth stuff right now. I'm gonna maybe think of some other things I might want. Like I don't know. Let's see here. Tradmore, comic artist. Yeah, this would be really fun to add to the mix. I'll throw those in. Actually, I'd already have a Tradmore mix. Let's use that. I'm gonna save this as my initial. What the? Why the fuck it? It's like right-clicking this and like the thing for it is on the screen. Annoying. Okay, let's see. I'll save that.
Space that for the record. Looks like Magma Studio actually has a data size limit for what you can paste into it.
Really?
Yeah, I have like a ready page of CT Chrysler like
Well, you
posts
don't
just
have-
kind of like
Well,
sitting
I mean, like,
there.
you don't have to, I mean, like for you guys are gonna want to paste the images in one at a time instead of. Like,
I mean, like
giant-
I just like I have like one just kind of ready to go that I kind of just use as a reference, and at 11 megabytes it just didn't go in.
Yeah. Well, maybe just take like lower quality images of the work. 11 megs would be a little bit big for the file anyway. Let's see, where would be a good place to put this? Actually, I think let's see here. I'm going to eat up one of the panels here. Yeah, let's go through this. So basically, like, okay, let's go through the steps of what you guys need to do for this. Okay, step 1, reference artists. That means you're gonna wanna. He used Hugh and Ryu. I grabbed a few images of him, but I'm gonna have to like look around more to find more of his art. Honestly, like a lot of Voltron production stuff would probably be pretty good to do this from. But But I also grabbed a bunch of stuff from TB Choi and a bunch of random artists that look pretty good. I'm also going to be grabbing stuff from Tradmore and maybe anything else I can think of. But yeah, comic artist Tradmore has some like really wild, expressive figures. It'd be fun to learn a little bit from. Step 2 is find the shape. We want a very simple shape. It's that you get a center line in there for like the back of the front, but you've got like the rounded shoulders, the rounded hips. It's kind of cubed off a little bit if you notice. Like you got a side plane and stuff, and there's like that pinch in the middle. You're looking for like this kind of big potato sack shape almost. Tells you the direction of the shoulders and whether you're looking at the top of the shoulders, the bottom of the shoulders. If you need to like see example, I would recommend if you have another screen you can play this on. Replay Ethan's video, however you can while you're doing these, and they can pause on screens and stuff to get ideas for how you're supposed to approach this. Yeah, he's using like core animatics, the storyboards here. We probably won't want to grab them for some of them in the future. But remember how we did this last time? We did like the Ethan Becker wedge. So this is going to be a long-term prospect for the next week or two. Like we're going to be not every single class, but we're going to be using and reusing this method to try to get fluent with it. So step 2, step 3, one shape 50 poses, which is I think like
is where the hip.
I think for this he's talking about like copy pasting the shape and then showing how you can change and alter the pose and stuff using the same shape just by changing the placement of the limbs and stuff. Or the only step you need.
Should.
I think that's just him plugging his own class. No, step 4. Step 5, re-angle your work. Yeah, for this one he's doing like a silhouette draw over the study to blank it out. And then so he doesn't get distracted by like the interior detail of all that. And then he draws it from a different angle. Like that. Like that. Like flips it. Modifies the arm, for example, because it's like pointing to, it's like heading towards us. Okay, cool, stop. And thank you, Jeremiah D. Bullfrog, for the Prime sub. Thank you. Step 6, bonus step. Well, he's doing it on photos for one thing, but yes. So what we're going to be doing is this is going to be self-directed practice for the rest of the session. I want all of you to grab images, suitable images and stuff of photos and good artists. Mainly start with good artists first. Maybe find some really good comic or anime artists or something that has really good anatomy in it. Make sure it has a good expressive anatomy. It can be a little bit more cartooned anatomy too, but make sure it has something that has really clear torsos in it, because we're going to be looking for those shapes. So we're going to be concentrating on step 2, find the shape. Right here. Maybe put on here's a good screen right here that shows a variety of the shape that we're going to be using right now. So let me see if I can put this on somewhere where it'll be nice and big. It's really small. Something like this maybe. Let's boost it up here. And then, whoops. Yeah, let's beat this up in size, then there we go. Okay, give me a second here. Just gotta get reoriented. But yeah, so everyone here, right now, you should be gathering reference. So gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and etc's, gather your reference. So do that right now. I'm gonna grab some water. But everyone try to get a good collection of images going. Like just start yoinking a bunch of stuff into a folder or something like that. Go to Pinterest or Google image search. Maybe find an artist that you admire that you want to practice from or something. Try to get good clear images of torsos. Have them ready so every time you get done with one image, you can just copy paste the other one into your drawing app. If you're using PureRef, you can export you can export like a giant like mood board of the images and then import the whole mood board into your app, so you can just like directly practice in the sheet. This is what I'm gonna do. But do that right now. I'm going to grab some water from downstairs. I'll be back. Yeah, well, if you do have stuff that's non-work safe, maybe do that off camera. We do have a non-work safe section. Post your stuff in. I won't be able to review it on stream, but I can look at it later. Right, let's see here. We wanted some more panels from Magnet Studio. Give me a sec with that. There we go. Oh my god, someone's assembled like a really. I think.
That would be me.
Yeah, that's pretty good variety of stuff, gotta say. I'm gonna say that is your panel. That is purely Raboots' panel right now. So let's get a few more panels in here.
For ease of use, I've also put that into the general chat inside of Discord.
Yeah. So today for a change, I'm not using a Magma Studio panel, so I'm gonna let people use panel number 5. Panel 5. It's going to be a lot easier to do this once the sequential art thing is out of beta, because then people will be able to switch between different panels themselves, and then I can just add panels. There we go. So we got a lot of panels ready to go in the Magna Studio Link section. There's Radboots. Radboots, you actually have a really good sheet. I'm actually going to steal your sheet because it's just ready to go.
Yeah, that's what it's there for. I had that pre-pepped.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
Yeah, if you have really good reference, folks, if you make really good reference sheets, feel free to share them with the rest of us. I made a giant pure but it's kind of like a little bit disorganized right now. Might share a little later. But for this first set, I'm going to do this. Honestly, like all the other like pure files I have, I could just like take my pick of anything to do. But yeah. So those little poses up top there, that's what we're going to be doing right now. Let's see here, open those little torso shapes.
If you need a higher res one, I can throw that into Discord as well.
It's fine. No, it doesn't matter. What I'm thinking of doing is we might have like a still image up there, and then we could have like Ethan playing the video again because we can like relearn and scrub it like what he tells us to do or something. I don't know. Alright, so I'm trying to think a little bit about what he's talking about. So yeah, let me switch it over to me. There we go. So what we want is we want to think of the figure as like kind of like a brick and stuff, but we don't want to necessarily draw that out. But the important stuff is that little pinch right there in the sides of the hips. And the lower torso here too. Like these bodies should be something like this. Should be looking something like this. It always has like the torso pinch. For example, from this we can kind of tell that like this figure might be like leaning over that way, or something. So as Ethan says, we're at least for this initial step, we're not going to be drawing any limbs or anything like that. This is purely concentrating on what's happening here. So there's a torso twist happening here. We see the pit of the crotch going under here to the other side here. But we're keeping this as one big shape, right? One big simplified shape. You can see like this is the side plane of her pelvis right here. And then like pit of her crotch turns in space because her torso is twisting. This one's a little tricky, but like because we understand how that shape works, we can kind of infer it through the figure here. Some things I noticed about how he's doing them. Some of them, they have like this kind of bump up here that's like kind of the neck or the other shoulder or something. The neckline. Or it could be like, here's the neck and then that's just another shoulder right there. So remember like how so the face wedge thing that we practiced like last time we did this from his thing, like we practiced that so much and I practiced that so much that well, a lot of people who followed along with me got pretty fluent with it. And I definitely did too. Like I I now like can't unsee that Muppet mouth kind of thing that is in the face, and I use it all the time in head construction. That thing here. But that was the other thing that we practiced in Ethan's videos. I would actually maybe like to make a class series just about Ethan's videos. That might be really cool. Because like he has a lot of really great shorthand tips that will probably help us out. So it's almost like we're working our way down. So we kind of know how to do the head right now. So now we're doing like the Ethan body. I think the lemon slices tutorial might be where we get into limbs, possibly. I'll take a look and see what other tutorials he's done that might fit together to create complete figures. You know, out of these like simple shorthand tricks. Yeah, this should be a really good practice this evening for sure. I can already see, like, I'm starting to, like, get a little bit of that kind of eye for this, approaching this the same way that, like, a story artist on one of those types of shows would. It's because I'm trying to imitate what Ethan's doing. Like, I've been wondering about that approach that they take for those shows, for how they draw, and this is some of the insight into that, like how they break down the figure so they can repose stuff quickly. This is a heavily foreshortened pose, but we understand how that shape works, so you can just mass it in as best you're able to. A little funky, but whatever. So we're mainly going to concentrate on step 1 for this evening. Like the other steps he had, which involved like reposing the figure and stuff, we might save that for another time, but we'll see. We're going to keep this up until about 8:30. But yeah, let's get some good ass practice in. Once I get fluent into this, I want to try it. I want to like try this method out with some of my own characters and stuff for sure. Yeah, this shape will help us out with, I mean, we did like bone groups of anatomy. Sometime next week, I'm gonna have us get into muscle groups a bit more, and by that time, we will have gotten a lot of this under our belts. You know, I might play Avatar after stream. Like, anyone who has Amazon Prime will be able to stick around after stream, and I'll maybe play some episodes of Avatar. What season should I start in? What's a particularly choice episode that I could start with?
I would start with the Blue Spirit, honestly, just because of the absurd amount of animation they do in there.
Is that the special?
It's book 1. I forget the specific episode number, but Aang gets kidnapped, and then Zuko breaks into the jail to go save him as the Blue Spirit.
Mhm. Oh, that one, yeah.
It's episode 10.
Okay. So I'm actually jumping ahead here to do the limbs, but I'm kind of like sort of inferring how they build the limbs in a similar way to how they did the torso. Right here. I'm gonna try to maybe sneak in some of that, haha. Because why not? It's like we got a couple new subs right now, actually. We got 2 new subs. Who's the other person? Jeremiah D. Bullfrog gave me a sub. Oh, someone else subbed me earlier. Doesn't say in the feed. Yeah, we had 12 subs, and now we have 14. Very nice. But yeah, the fact that we can do watch parties, that's actually really huge, because I can do watch party I can do like watch party storyboard set and study sessions. Like we can do comp studies and stuff, or post studies. Like Avatar alone, like being able to like go through that and like screen grab from that, watch it together and try to like analyze things in it and so on. That'd be pretty fantastic. Wish you could do this with Netflix and other stuff. On Twitch specifically. I mean, like, there's nothing keeping me from doing it elsewhere. And also that other thing that Raboots mentioned.
Yeah, Scener.
Yeah, but being able to do it on Twitch is pretty fun, and also, like, it helps grow the channel, too, a little bit. It gives incentive for more people, incentive to show up for the Twitch streams. At least the people who have Prime.
So I guess this is a stupid question. Is the pelvis part of the torso?
Yes, he's including the pelvis in there in that shape. Pigwidgeon, I think you're making it too boxy. Try to do it more like how Ethan does, where it's sort of like an organic shape, but you have like the implication of the side plane in it. So like you don't specifically draw it out, but it's like the direction is built into it. You can use the corner pinch and like how the shoulders and hips kind of work. Try to keep it like a little bit rounded at the edges and stuff. Everyone, please refer to Ethan's video and take a good long look at how he draws. Like, if you notice how I'm drawing, I'm trying to imitate what he did. Of course, I have a little bit of a cheat ahead of you guys. I actually took a drawing class from Steve On, who's a co-worker of Ethan's from Voltron and Avatar and stuff.
You had to pay for that?
Yeah, I had to pay for that. That was years ago, though. I wasn't as good as I am now, but I did get a lot out of it. However, like there's a lot of muscle memory of like watching how Steve On draws that kind of gives me a little insight to how Ethan's approaching things here.
Is it a thing still, or is it just a one-time thing?
He occasionally goes up on his Gumroad.
Okay then.
It's instructed and uninstructed. It might be still up on the uninstructed one. Might be still up on his Gumroad. It's pretty pricey.
How much is it?
It's like, I don't know. I haven't checked recently. It's pretty up there though. It's also got an action storyboarding workshop.
Also, do you mind if you send reference to my DMs?
Well, I can't right now.
I know after that, not now.
What do you mean reference in your DMs?
No, like the martial art reference kicking thing.
If I'm gonna post reference, it's gonna be for everybody.
Yeah, okay then. But where are you gonna post it though?
in classroom chat if the stream's going on. If it's not, I'll post it like in
In the corner
in
chat?
the one of the reference
the-
one of the reference sections in my Discord.
Where is it? Is it Art Reference Hunters?
Probably.
Okay then.
I need to remember which channel is what. My
Well, I see Art Reference
Discord's a
Hunters,
little bloated.
which is exactly accurate for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then that works.
Okay.
Also, these drawovers count towards the homework this week, by the way.
Just let me know when you're done.
Because we do have that homework assignment that's due Monday. I want to see what people have done throughout the week. Remember that corner pinch of the right here between the hips and the rib cage is very important. So is the angle of the shoulders and the angle of the hips. Honestly, though, if you want to get reference, just you can go into Pinterest. Just search for like athletes or martial arts photos or something like that. You find plenty. That's how I do it. Yeah, everyone should be getting in the habit of gathering lots and lots of reference and building a reference library, because it'll come in handy while helping you solve drawing problems. Like, you know, you can always steal a pose from something to use in your own work. And if you are practicing like stuff like what Ethan's teaching here, then you'll be able to take your photo reference, and you won't just trace and copy the pose, but you'll have the ability to modify the pose so it becomes a completely original pose. But you have a starting point of the drawover from the photograph. I'm gonna definitely be experimenting with that more this week, like using drawovers from photographs as my starting point for creating characters and stuff. I start with that pose, but then I can always change the position of the torso a little bit, change the position of the limbs, and so on. But I have something like I have an anchor point that I start with, and so it's not a trait. It deviates away from a tracing to say something unique that I'm trying to say. So the pose becomes just the drawover becomes a tool to create something new. It's just a point of reference. So what did you think of Satoshi Kon's, those of you who were here, Memories is an anthology film, and the one that we saw before class began was Satoshi Kon's part. Memories was a Katsushiro Otomo anthology project. Katsushiro Otomo, of course, the creator of Akira, and Steam Boy, and many other things. But Satoshi Kon, guy behind Paranoia Agent, Millennium Actress, Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, directed the first of the anthology segments in that. And you can see a lot of recurring themes that are in Satoshi Kon's work of reality and fiction kind of colliding, of like time and memory kind of intersecting. And there's also something that, like, what we saw in there was kind of like there's a lot of interplay in Satoshi Kon's work with the fantasy world created by cinema. Like Millennium Actress definitely has that. Perfect Blue also kind of has that. The fantasy created by like media, the fantasy landscape created by media, which can turn into nightmare. And also another recurring theme in Satoshi Kon's work. He used this in Paranoia. Excuse me. He used this in used this one motif that I'm talking about in Paprika, which is brightly lit scenes of horror. So there's a lot of scenes in the Satoshi Kon Memories bit where everything is very brightly lit, but like what's actually happening is really, really terrifying. Oh, thank you. We now are up to 15 subs. Vote Taisel. Thank you very much for the sub. So it's the most subs I've gotten on stream in a while. It's much appreciated. But yeah. And also there's a donate link down below if you want to support the stream directly with direct donations to my PayPal. The Ko-fi link down below in the stream chat. But yeah, the where was I? Yeah, in Paprika and in the Satoshi Kon's Memories short, there's this recurring motif in both where like we're of a reverse psychology of horror. Paprika pushed it even more and more deliberate, where like things are normally like in films, like in horror films, like when things are very, very dark, usually presume that something horrible is going to happen. But in Paprika, he reversed it. Like he made the brightly lit scenes are where the horrible things happen. Because the brightly lit scenes kind of imply, like, oh, you're in a dream nightmare world. You're not in the safety of your room at night. So he reversed it where like the dimly lit scenes are like the cozy feeling of being in the bedroom and stuff like that, the intimacy of it and safety and warmth and so on. But the brightly lit scenes are like when you're inside the nightmare, which is really, really fascinating. So I do know that Millennium Actress is on Amazon Prime, so we would be able to watch that one in the future. That one's really fantastic. That one's a fictionalized tribute to Japanese cinema. There's a lot like he makes up like a fictional actress, and then has like a fictional body of work to her, but her body of work is like fragments of classic Japanese, recognizable classic Japanese films from different eras. And he plays with blurring he uses the medium of animation to its fullest, I'd say. And that he blurs the line between reality and memory and stuff. Like he evolves the ideas of reality colliding with memory. Like hugely in that film. There we go. Here's some more refs some people have posted. I'm just gonna yoink what people have. I'm just gonna steal all these refs. Steal, steal, steal. Let's see, what do we got? Those are very nice, but there's some breasts in there. Some Grace Blue stuff. I'm gonna go to photos actually. So I got this. Or actually no, I'm gonna use the file that I made. Save that, export, scene. There we go, scene. So export that. See how giant this file is. Yeah, a lit scene makes you more alert and paranoid for that matter. But also it's a matter of like training your audience in the visual language of your film too. Like if you have, after an adjustment period where people kind of become acclimated to the idea that the horror is going to happen in the dark scenes, like the audience sort of picks up on that. Like when you in films, you basically like, well in films and in any kind of art really, you see this and also in games too. You have to train the audience in the you have to like give the audience like an introduction to the language of this particular film. If it has like unique language that isn't something that's recognizable. That's also the other thing, like there's a lot of films out there that you kind of need to have influence. There's a lot of films that are there's accessible films out there that you need to, this goes back to art too, there's accessible films out there that you don't really need to have any prerequisites to go in to understand what you're looking at. But there's a lot of like art films where you do have to have like some kind of prerequisite understanding of some kind of visual language or some kind of thing that's being said in the film, some like branch of philosophy or some things like that, in order to understand what's going on in it. Like that's the thing, like people like get used to blockbuster films and things like that, or they get used to illustrations, commercial illustrations where like the meaning is pretty apparent and plain. But like fine art and like art house films and things like that, those can often get really complex and esoteric with their meanings but not to say that they're pretentious, but rather they are having a dialogue that is at a much higher level, and that often requires a lot of prerequisite understanding to decipher. But when you're talking about making accessible films for like a general audience, like I would say that Satoshi Kon's films are pretty accessible. He takes the time to train his audience in the visual language of his films, because he's trying to make an appeal to a mass audience with his films, as arty as they get. I feel like films like his are, compared to like, you know, straight up art house films, are kind of like, no, really, come on, come over here, try this, you'll like it. Here, we'll try a little taste of this at first. See, you like that? Okay, let's try something heavier. Try something a little bit heavier. Try something heavier all throughout the course of the film and stuff. And like, see, and like he's also like tricking the audience with like inserting like, see these filmmaking principles that I'm talking about in the film or showing on display in the film. Yeah, this is really fun stuff. Don't you like it? Don't you want to learn, dig more into this? So like Millennium Actors can be used as a jumping off point for watching a lot of really classic and art house like Japanese cinema, for example. But yeah, like the whole subject of filmmakers training their audience is really interesting. There's game makers that do that too. Like games that have to appeal to a broad audience and try to sell as many copies as possible. Like those have, in a lot of cases, like a lot of games are designed to not necessarily be accessible to most players because like they kind of assume that the people playing them have a literacy in how to play games, like because you have because like a lot of people maybe started on baby's first FPS games before they came to Call of Duty or something like that. But a lot of games are designed with like there's a lot of like FPS games assume that you kind of know how to use FPS controls and things like that. There are a lot of games that give you good tutorials and stuff. There's a lot of them out there that just assume that they're just throwing you into the deep end and assume you already have like an understanding of how games work, that you don't really need to be trained in them. But in this fast-paced world that we're in right now, with how games are being churned out, and there's like lots of like Let's Players and streamers that are playing like not just like what the next big thing is, but like what the latest like visual novel game, what the latest like interesting gimmicky game with some kind of weird thing to it, or like a lot of these games have started to develop some kind of like universal understanding of how they work, so that like people who try them on their streams and stuff will be able to hook into them pretty quickly. And also there's there's also the fun and the mystery of like trying something that's really weird and unusual. Like people are getting a lot more interested in like really weird, bizarre games that confound the streamers playing them. So there's been a lot of surprisingly really like deep and very arty games and weird and esoteric games that a lot of streamers have been playing for their audiences, which I think is really fun. But that goes back to what I was talking about with Satoshi Kon, with like training your audience and stuff. And like he trains his audience to associate fear and paranoia in Paprika with brightly lit scenes as his visual language motif. And there's similar visual language motifs and gameplay motifs with the player. The player has to interact with the game and respond to things and get used to responding to things a certain way. That also applies to games. It also applies to comic books. You have visual language motifs in comic books. But yet there's such things as media and art literacy, like I was talking about. Like a lot of people who've never really read comics before have a hard time getting into a lot of certain kinds of comics because they don't know where their eye is supposed to go on the page because they're not used to the visual language or the literacy that they need of how to read the comic, how to even like read the comic page layout, especially these days. Like more accessible, simple stuff. It's like one panel goes to the next panel, goes to the next panel. That's fine. But then like there's really kind of elaborate pages that you kind of have to have a little prerequisite understanding of how modern comic storytelling works, or how this particular author does their comic storytelling. It's a little unusual. That would apply. And then when we're talking about like fine art, which can apply to any sort of medium, whether it be music or film or theater or comics or games or whatever. We talk when you're in the realm of fine art. There is fine art that is accessible and that has like deeper meaning to it and stuff. There's a lot of fine art out there where it calls on the viewer to infer their own meaning in the work. Most good fine art really does that. And there's fine art that is pretty accessible in that regard. There's a lot of good fine art that like every time you go back and look at it, you pull something new from it because it has that many layers to it. Like it taps into some kind of essence of like the human experience that is really meaty and worthwhile. But there's a lot of fine art that has its own like visual language and subtext that is really difficult to understand. That also applies to historical art, because there's a lot of like subtext to why things were painted a certain way and stuff, or why certain subjects were chosen, or why this lighting was chosen. You kind of need to know about a little bit, like, oh, the light coming from here that represents the eye of God, and that was like part of a particular sect at this time, or something like that. You know, that's just like one example. There's other stuff like you'll see like there's ideas about the Enlightenment or something like that embedded in this work that aren't immediately apparent, and so on. And this kind of stuff, this kind of like learning how to decipher those visual cues and stuff. Just this little detour, real quick. Fucking conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories that try to like see hints of patterns of stuff in art to like expose a conspiracy is the most fucking stupid Philistine shit in the world. I mean, like, there are groups in history that have used like clandestine symbols and stuff to like, but how fucking dumb do you have to be to think that the secret group that wants to secretly control us all is putting hints of their control inside of art and shit? Fuck you, you stupid son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? Like, any group that wants to control people is gonna like overtly display that in their propaganda. Why would they fucking hide that? Like, they want to, and first, like, there's, like, oh god, this is so fucking dumb. Yeah.
Because they are, I think the idea is that the elites are so arrogant that they can't help it but to
it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. No, it's just dumb people looking for we're looking for patterns. We're looking for patterns. They're fucking looking for patterns.
If I was winning so hard that I controlled everything, I'd want to show off, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean they already
There's
do.
better ways to show off.
I mean, like they're pretty, like.
Yeah, why would they bother being like a secret society at that point? You know, why the secrecy if you control everything?
Wouldn't the point of those like conspiracies be to get people on board and control them, though?
And get their money.
There's
yeah,
not,
that.
The way that we're controlled in our society is pretty fucking out in the open. Like, advertising and consumerism and shit, and like the way that propaganda plays out in media and stuff. It's all fucking like just right out there in the open.
It's like the vaccine thing. They're going to implant the microchip to track you. Like, you carry a phone around everywhere you go.
It's like they freak out over these fucking fantasies, but then they like don't really pay much attention to, you know, fucking ExxonMobil hiding the studies they did about global warming, which they did so that they could position themselves to drill for oil when the ice caps melt. That's an actual fucking conspiracy, but you are such a fucking fantasist that you don't want to deal with, like people like that don't want to deal with like the real shit, you know. They want because that's too hard, you know. They have to like in a way. I think it's kind of like a reaction to like an admission that they really can't affect like those big ass corporations and stuff. So they come up with a fantasy where they can play it. They can play out themselves in their heads as having like some kind of secret knowledge or some shit. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, so that was a little bit of a detour.
Have you ever seen
talk about
Coding
symbolism in art.
Coding Ideas video on Flat Earthers?
Yeah, I did. But anyway, that was like a little bit of a detour on some. It's fucking stupid. Look, like, pattern recognition in human beings is a blessing and a curse, because while it's helped us survive in the wild, it's helped us like create amazing stuff. Like the stuff we built and math and other tools like that we've created to help us make sense of the world are really fantastic tools. At the same time, it's a great way to like. Paranoia is something that is built. Paranoia is a result of somebody inverting their creativity in a way that makes them lose touch with reality. Paranoid conspiracy theories and shit. Like, don't lose touch with reality, folks. Keep yourself a good healthy distance away from delusion.
Pattern recognition for us Among Us memes.
Yeah.
The voices in my head are wrong.
I mean, they are if they disagree with the voices in my head.
Fair point.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I remember that Adam Curtis documentary I was talking about. So that so like these two guys of the Discordians like literally were the guys who started the Illuminati conspiracy theory shit, and they did it as a joke to make fun of everything that you know about like the Illuminati stuff. That all came just from two guys that were doing it as a prank. But here's the really fucking weird shit. Here's where the shit gets fucking weird. One of them was friends with Lee Harvey Oswald and was writing a book about Lee Harvey Oswald before Lee Harvey Oswald defected to Russia. And then Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy because he hated Kennedy.
I feel like we're getting way too into the deep state here.
But no. What happened there is like Kennedy. Like, no, what happened there is Oswald was a fucking nut, and acted on it. So this wasn't like conspiracy shit. It was Oswald was a fucking nut and he acted on it.
That's
but
what they want you to think.
But
I call bullshit the CIA and the mafia.
But here's what happened. So that guy who created a fake conspiracy theory to make fun of conspiracy theories. One of the two of those guys became a massive conspiracy theorist. He fell into his own delusions and stuff, which is really tragic. He like the Adam Curtis documentary makes the point of real actual conspiracies, like the actual shit like the CIA was doing with like coups all over the world and stuff, got mixed up in with like fake conspiracy theories and stuff. So basically, don't be a fucking dumbass. Like, don't fall for the fantasists' conspiracy theories. Like the real shit with evidence is concerning, and you should pay. Like the fucking Panama Papers, for example, stuff like that. Like that stuff is real, actual conspiracies.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the ideal.
But even in WikiLeaks, there was a lot of dumbasses like doing like stupid pattern recognition shit. That's where the Hillary Clinton email leaks. That's where fucking Pizzagate came from. Like dumbasses that literally were like reading like pattern recognition into letters with people saying, "Hey, let's go get pizza for lunch." Okay. And they invented out of whole cloth a conspiracy theory about a child trafficking dungeon under a pizza joint. Fucking that didn't have a basement, by the way. And it led to a lot of harassment of the place, and it also led to that one dumb fuck who like invaded the place and like with a gun and shot the floor trying to find the entrance panel to the hidden child torture dungeon.
See, the problem was
It's like fucking Kingsman, but child trafficking.
They were thinking it was a basement when in reality it was an attic. Nobody actually looked up.
Yeah. It's just fucking stupid. I mean, pattern recognition, folks. Don't let it consume you. Use it. It's an amazing tool, and that's what we're doing tonight. We're looking for the pattern recognition in these torsos, and we're going to be doing the same thing with photographs too. But don't let pattern recognition wreck your life, or make you lose touch with reality. Because in reality, patterns don't actually exist. That's the thing. Patterns don't exist. Patterns are a way for us to make sense of the world. To sort out the world. But we have to recognize patterns for what they are. They are an illusion. they're an illusion that is a handy tool, but reality is way more complex than our pattern recognition. At least it is for you mammals. I mean, the only way that that would change is if we all turned like the Dr. Manhattan, where we can comprehend every single individual molecule at once, or some shit.
Use 100% of the brain.
That 100% of the brain thing.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like, the reason why we don't use 100% of our brain is, first off, it would cause us to overheat, but also because the brain is first off, the brain is really inefficient, and also because, like, when you have brain damage, unused parts of the brain take over, basically. So that's how you can, like, lose a massive chunk of your brain but still be functional. So for today, we're just concentrating on step 1. I'm thinking maybe we should get into step 2 tomorrow. But tomorrow we're also going to be taking a look at like Sakuga animation. So we might do some still frames from Sakuga and Animatics. I think that would be good. I think it's very important for us to maintain Sakuga Saturday, because we'll be doing like touchstoning with animation. Torso conspiracy, yeah.
Why do all these torsos use the same shape? It's almost like someone is sending a message. What could it mean?
It's the Torluminati.
Also, for everyone's use case scenario, I did dump another massive CT Chrysler page into the Discord to use.
But I don't need a car.
Fuck it, I'm stealing yours, rabbits.
That's what I'm here for.
We appreciate it.
I mean, I'd use my reference, but I'm pretty sure Space Dad would get nailed for TOS.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got nudes, please don't post them in the drawing corner. We got a nude section. And we've got an art nude section in my Discord. You can post them in. And so the point of doing this so repetitively over and over again right now is to just like get fluent with it. We're going to be doing more of these tomorrow, and we're also going to be building on what we're doing tomorrow. But for now, we're just going to concentrate on step 1.
Cannot figure out this like straight on torso.
Post it in chat. But a straight on torso would be like this. Also, feel free to, like, if you feel comfortable with just like freehanding a construction of these, like, as you start getting like a sense of how these kind of work, it's not going to be too hard for you to just like invent them, or like draw them on the side or something like that, like this, for example. It's like, oh, this is something that I can use. Yeah, next week we're also going to be getting into muscle groups. We'll probably do another review of bone anatomy too. Their bones. I wonder if we could like build a whole skeleton in one class session in the future. I might have to like simplify how the skeletons work and stuff. To keep it in simple shapes or something like. Someone was saying something?
I said you probably could do exactly one in the time frame.
Yeah. Or just go overtime. If people really want to dig in for that. I mean, fuck it, I can do a skeleton right now from memory. Let's see here. Let's do a speed drawing of skeleton. Okay, let's see. Oh, small there. Alright. So.
Unrelated matter, if I'm talking too much, please tell me to shut up.
Huh?
I said unrelated matter, if I'm talking too much, please tell me to shut up.
You are not talking too much.
No. In fact, I don't think people are talking enough. People are so shy. This is a self-directed practice session, so you guys should pretty much know what to do, so...
I'm working on it, man.
Stream, so.
Don't worry, guys. When I finish mine, I'll put together a third sheet for everybody.
Thanks, man. It's not even that I'm shy, it's just that I'm so used to being quiet in these classes that, like, now it's talking is breaking the habit.
Yeah.
Should be the reference mod as well.
Also, I think a lot of people tend to concentrate more. With the drawer, it's a little bit easier to talk and vocalize and stuff. We have very wonky. I'm just like speed drawing a skeleton here.
So for female characters, do you consider the bust part of the torso, or is that an act?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you can a little bit on some of them, like almost kind of like if you ever seen like how like those plastic dolls of female anime figures. Something along those lines, where they include the breast forms as part of the the torso shape. You can do that a little bit, but you don't necessarily need to. Like you can just like keep kind of pretty flat chested, I guess. It really depends. Like this is a tool for you to understand the figure, so. You just wouldn't like elaborate on them too much. Like at most it'd be something like yeah, actually I think that would overcomplicate things. I mean, if you see an opportunity to include them, you can, but that does kind of overcomplicate them a little. The breast would be something you do on top of this. So my instinct is telling me. Speaking of skeletons, I just rewatched Hellraiser again because that was on Amazon Prime. Filthy Frank coming up through the floorboards as a human skeleton.
Could not get into that movie for the life of me.
Yeah, I think it's a good moody film. I think it kind of sells the idea a little bit short. Like the Hellbound Heart that the book film was based on is a bit of a stronger story. The Cenobites are much more ambiguous in that. Like, they're not really good or evil. They also don't menace Kirsty at the end. They keep their end of the deal and stuff. I think they're kind of more effective that way, to be honest. Like what was done with Pinhead after the Hellraiser 1. Well, Hellraiser 2 was okay, even though it wasn't by Clive Barker. But Pinhead just got turned into another like stupid Freddy Krueger thing, which he never really was. He was always something like he was supposed to be something a little bit more meta. And I think that Clive Barker pulled off like essentially what Pinhead was supposed to be in a certain extent better in Candyman with Wes. Oh no, wait, that was Wes Craven. Oh, hang on a sec. There was a.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds more like Wishmaster and Candyman and Leprechaun.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember the Leprechaun horror movies.
Why
and
am
it
I
still makes me skeevy.
remembering that as being is that a Clive Barker thing? Yes, it was. It was created by Clive Barker.
Wes Craven was Wishmaster.
I'm getting my notes. I'm getting my shit mixed up. Who directed the first Candyman movie?
Candyman was Clive Barker. No.
Bernard Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was created by Clive Barker. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I got my wires crisscrossed on memories and that, but I think it's because got crisscrossed with New Nightmare or something like that. But yeah, like I think he pulled off. I think the character of Candyman is way more effective as a kind of a meta thing that's summoned into being by human action who punishes people. He used urban legends for one thing as a jumping off point for that, and it's a lot more effective. He kind of works a similar way, but Cenobites are summoned by like curious people who are like looking for esoteric pleasures. But the fact that like anyone can summon the Candyman makes him a lot more frightening of a figure. But he's also like he's a little bit he is also a little bit morally ambiguous in some regards too. Despite being like a bishop, he wants his legend to stay alive. And there's like a lot of other weird subtext going on with him too.
That movie it made sense at the beginning, but it got very weird near the end. Just kind of like...
Yeah, it got really, really meta towards the end.
I'm much more simpler. I prefer simple things like The Thing.
Yeah, well, I thought it got way more effective towards the end. There was a tremendous amount of pathos going on in that. Thoughts on Tusk? Really gross. I mean, it's okay. It's not really my thing, but yeah, it's really gross. It's kind of Tusk is kind of like a better human centipede I would say.
Is that the one where the guy turns himself into a walrus?
It, you know, is turned into a walrus by a madman.
Yeah. It's like the second time in 3 days that I've heard about that movie for the first time in like years.
It's a very gross out film.
How do y'all even watch gross out films? I can't.
I don't, that's the thing.
I don't.
Well, you have to be in the mood for it, for one thing, but like I don't have a problem watching any kind of gore and graphic violence in films. I'm completely jaded to it, and I like look at it for the artistry. I'm actually more offended if the gore is ineffective.
I just find them dull because it's just like it's always jump scares.
Depends on the film, and also like jump scares have their place. I mean,
no, they do. It's just so many movies these days rely on them. It's just like.
it's like if you get, yeah, I know. Like there are there's jump scares that work. There's jump scares that are just cheese, and then there are jump scares that are fun. Like there's the boo ha 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 type jump scares. There's the scrape your bottom of the soul and then you know that the jump scare is coming, but because you're anticipating it, it makes it all the worse when it does happen. Because it's like waiting for the night. It's like that feeling of when you're in a nightmare, and you know that the boogeyman is going to show up, and you know in the nightmare that the boogeyman is going to show up and terrify you any second. That kind of feeling. And then there's like the cheese that's just like lazy and hackish and stuff. And it's never any really thought to it. David Lynch is one of the few people that can pull off a successful jump scare. There's quite a few people that can pull off successful jump scares, but I think I think effective jump scares kind of get lost. Like I think jump scares have gotten a bad rap because of just how prevalent bad ones are.
Yeah, they're the easiest kind of scare to abuse. Like if you are making a horror movie and you don't know what to do, you just fill it with jump scares. Which is a shame because it can be, like, jump scares can be good.
Yeah. Jump scares became like a problem in games too. Because jump scares are jump scares became overused to the point of being a point of jokes. Like there's games that are built around like making fun of overuse of jump scares in games.
There are games that still use them like effectively though, like Cry of Fear. I cannot play Cry of Fear because it has that nightmare feel that you mentioned. You know that there's going to be more jump scares, but it still gets you.
Or Spooky's House of Jump Scares, ironically.
Yeah.
Very good at jump scares.
Yeah, I mean like the jump scares jump scares in games has been a point of mockery for a while. Like going back to like fucking Resident Evil shit.
What's that game called? Phasmophobia? Where I feel like it does it pretty effectively with just like how much it builds over time.
What, the one with the ghost?
No, and kinda. I think the game's too janky for my taste to really scare me.
Amnesia did jump scares.
I want something that's not as janky as that.
You mean the invisible monster when you realize it was literally just an invisible bouncing cube on a grid?
Yeah.
That's literally what it was. It's literally just a bouncing cube that's just not rendered into the game, that's just bouncing in the water. Yet it's so effective.
It's a hitbox. It's a giant hitbox that's just floating around. Welcome to the Game. That game series actually has some effective jump scares in it. Because you know that they're coming, but you don't know when, and they can disrupt your progress for the entire run on the game. Like you have to start from scratch and get wrecked by the what?
I think that's the real scary part of jump scares. It's like it's not scary, it just represents all the wasted time you're gonna have to do to get back to where you are.
Yeah. Well, no. If there's in order for a jump scare to work, there has to be some kind of tension. The tension in this case is losing your progress in the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because people fear having to redo a thing.
What about...
Or just all of Outlast. Just all of it.
Yeah. You can set up people's fear by like you get like like your resetting your progress becomes an effigy for your own death, basically, and so that gets the adrenaline going on a fear response because there's an actual stake.
And that's why Dark Souls is a horror game.
Yeah.
I hate Dark Souls. I don't know why, I just can't get it.
Yeah, before you get used to it, those games can be really frightening. But eventually you kind of get you in the game systems, and then then it turns into a very arcadey sort of experience, which is fine. That's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to start out like that and be really spicy, spooky, and alarming. And they still have that flavor going for them when you're like deep into the game and you're pretty like experienced at it. But that makes you feel a little more badass by that point.
What about Counter-Strike jump scares?
What? Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike.
I remember my first jump scare with Counter-Strike. The moment I realized there was a guy with a knife right behind me.
That's not scary.
That's not a jump scare. That's just.
I suck at
It is very scary the first time it happens.
Very scary,
I know, but that's not a jump scare. It's just the player surprising you.
That's a jump scare. Something surprised you.
No, the jump scare has to be something that's set up in the game. Like you can, it has to be something set up in the media itself. Not something that the player sets up. I mean, you can jump scare your friends in an online game, but I'm talking about like how the game itself sets you up. Or how the piece of media itself sets you up for the jump scare.
Yeah, fair enough.
Until people got used to it, I think that sometimes Five Nights at Freddy's series, their jump scares still continue to be effective in certain contexts. Like the VR Five Nights at Freddy's game, like made all the old jump scare things that people were used to by that point fresh again.
I have never played, nor will I ever play that series, just because it seems so boring.
If you do play it, play the VR version. The VR version is actually really good.
Just be aware of Foxy.
It just seems so boring because
it's not. It's actually a good game.
It really is.
Yeah, for what it is.
I can play it, but honestly, it's because I'm scared. I hate the feeling of just waiting for things to go wrong. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's just like it's all jump scares, and it's just like.
Well, that's not what it's about. It's about the tension for the jump scare.
Yeah,
this is a game that's built. This is a game that's built. This is the game that you know the jump scare is coming, but like the jump scare is always like, especially when you're new to the game, the jump scares are always a bit offbeat from when you expect them to happen, and you know that they're coming. You just don't know when, and you know that when they come, that's it. You have to start over again.
Always check Foxy.
And the sound effect of the jump scare and the abruptness of it is really effective too. Just like how the whole thing is staged is pulled off really well.
Yeah, and the fact that you have to use sound to actually play the game effectively. Like in order to avoid getting jump scared, you need to turn up your sound high so you can hear things.
And that also means you're going to get jump scared really blasted with your ears.
As Markiplier really found out the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was still one of the most entertaining series he ever did. It was the first
Yeah.
one.
No, I mean like Five Nights at Freddy's actually made a lot of YouTubers' careers.
Oh yeah.
Not just him. He had a career before that, but
My favorite was the episode where the Game Grumps did it and they called Markiplier at like 3 a.m. being like, "Help!"
Has anyone
Oh,
seen
King of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Has anybody seen what Mark uploaded recently? That was like his play, kind of Five Nights and Freddy's-esque game he had.
Which video? I mean, I keep.
It is like within the last week. It's basically like you choose another video to progress the story, but if you choose the wrong one, you get jump scared. And it's a Five Nights at Freddy's aesthetic.
Are you sure that was recent and not like forever ago?
Perhaps I'm wrong. Hold on.
The only thing he's put out in a week has been The Forest, Devour, and what's the other one that he put out?
At Dead of Night.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That one's a pretty good game.
I don't care for his scary things, but I don't care for scary games in general.
scary.
So scary.
No, yeah, look, it was a week ago. It's called the Wharf Stash Automated Interview. Automation.
Oh yeah.
That was.
That thing. I didn't even look at that thing.
So one of the scariest recent games I played, Darkwood.
Darkwood?
Actually, not that recent, but Darkwood. It's an extremely well-designed gameplay loop. It's also genuinely. It doesn't have jump scares in it per se. Like if there's any jump scares in it, they are organically built into the gameplay. But Darkwood is a game where you are like in this kind of forest that no one in it can really escape, and like it's kind of making people go mad and like turning them into weird warped things and stuff. And you're a guy who like you can venture out of your safe house during the daytime, but at nighttime you have to go back because there's like this horrifying entity that comes out if you're away from the safe house to devour you. So, but when you're in the safe house, other entities in the world, other creatures, monsters, and random haunting and weird, bizarre, sometimes beneficial, sometimes neutral, sometimes dangerous events and traps and things happen in like your house, your safe house that you've barricaded it in, and that you add traps in and stuff. And it's a really effective gameplay loop. You have to be minded. You have to like just unless you get like a wristwatch in the game, there's no way to track what time it is. It's until you like start seeing like the sun change orange. And it's a really well designed game gameplay wise, combined with a really effective story and really generally terrifying atmosphere. One of the best horror games I've ever played, like period.
Holding out hope there will be a good Call of Cthulhu game, like a Cthulhu-esque game at some point.
Yeah. There's been some, well, not specifically Call of Cthulhu, but there's been some pretty good Lovecraft games. I'd argue that, if not Lovecraft specifically, there's been a lot of really great games that are pretty much Lovecraft games without being specifically Lovecraft. Like Amnesia.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Amnesia's like, Layers of Fear is more Edgar Allan Poe than Lovecraft, I would say.
I find that a lot of good Lovecraftian kind of games aren't actually horror games. I mean, they're horrific games, but they're like horror on top of something else.
Yeah. And sometimes they do that really effectively too.
Oh no, yeah, but again, I wouldn't call them a horror game. Like you have Darkest Dungeon, you got Phoenix Point, both of those are not horror games, but they.
Yeah, and as an example of that comes to mind, the game Echo.
Yeah.
The game that one's like horror sci-fi, horror and hard sci-fi, existentialist stuff. That one's a really that one's being made into a movie soon, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, like a Netflix film. What was the other one I was going to mention? Oh, there's a game that's kind of like it's kind of like gothic horror. I forget how to pronounce his first name, but Nihei, the guy behind Blame. It's kind of like a game that's sort of his art, kind of like his art style, but like an XCOM game, sort of. And it's got very heavy horror elements. It's called Other Side.
Oh yeah, I've played Other Side. Other Side got dull because it wasn't.
But yeah, it has the atmosphere there.
Yeah, it has an atmosphere, but there's not like any horror to it. It's just kind of like depressing.
Yeah, but it has horror elements to it for sure. I would say I'm just mentioning these as like examples of hybridizing this sort of thing. I think Echo is a lot more effective at like the straight up horror thing, although it does get a little repetitive. But like that booming sound effect, the sound design in Echo is amazing. Like that booming sound effect that plays when the palace lights go out, and like the palace does its AI reset. That's like some like masterclass video game sound design shit right there. Why is this not? Oh.
Other Side's a really good atmospheric game, but not a very good horror game. Because there's just no like, it's all you expect this to happen because everything's just so oppressive. It's like, what's a good example?
In any case, on Echo, like my only issue with it is I don't think they expanded on the core idea enough, and the game got a little stale and repetitive. And also, there's some aspects to the gameplay loop that become a little bit too easy to cheese. Like the game should have set you up with stuff where you really do need to use your gun, or there should have been enemies in the world that still like remember stuff between levels, so that like
Nemesis system.
Or yeah, it's like Nemesis. There's like a Nemesis chasing you who remembers everything, who doesn't reset with the palace, and who uses a gun or something like that, you know, for certain levels.
I think you mentioned XCOM earlier, which isn't a horror game, but XCOM on Iron Man mode, which is the mode you can save, is terrifying.
That's terrifying for a different reason, though.
Yeah,
that's terrifying because chrysalids exist.
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's awful. It's like the weight of every choice. It's like like a fear
that's the other thing about
like,
successful tension with like having to reboot your progress can create horror movie like feelings of dread. So I'm really interested in horror games that actually utilize stuff like that, like where like, oh, if I'm gone, then that's it for this run, something. Dark Souls is able to pull that off in like chunks because you have to reset your progress and stuff.
See, I don't think that's horror.
And you also like when you're playing through Dark Souls the first time. No, Dark Souls is definitely horror. Horror fantasy. They have jump scares and other things. Like, not just jump scares, but like it's the atmosphere of dread and the surprises that lurk around the corner waiting for the player and stuff. The traps and other things. Over time, though, like the horror stuff the tension starts to kind of wear off and the deaths, well, the deaths start to get funnier.
Well, we all do know the ultimate horror game is actually the CDI Zeldas. that will haunt your dreams, man.
Oh my god! I saw a voice actor trying to revoice those things, and it's like they said it was pretty much impossible because they did the animation with all the lip movements so grotesquely that it's impossible to like say the lines in any other way.
Yeah, that's some Ghost Stories dubbing right there.
Well, they'd have to just reanimate it. So I'm going to defend the CDI games.
Oh, this should be good.
Okay.
They were rushed, incredibly rushed, like super rushed. Like that should be really evident from how they turned out. It was on new hardware that the developers were not used to at all. They were incredibly super rushed, and also like the animation style that they picked for the game. Like the animation is kind of very. It's kind of a little bit outsider art-y, but I mean like the animators who made that are pretty competent, but the animation, like as with everything else in the game, is super rushed. So they had to like go for a lot of really smeary in-betweens. They were also working with technology to digitize the animation that made like proofing the animation really difficult, and proofing and timing the animation really difficult. So like this stuff which might look better in pencil form looks really floppy from how they cleaned it, inked it up. So that makes it even worse.
I don't think anybody's
feel like
attacking
you
the
could've-
developers. It's just the games themselves are undefendable.
And then combine that with the fact that they were trying to ape a little bit of the god-awful Deke animated series that was running on the Super Mario Super Show around the time.
Hey, paisano, this is Super Mario Super Show.
Hey Zelda, how about a kiss for good luck?
I feel like it doesn't quite excuse like the questionable color choices and the designs that are just so.
It does because they have a limited color palette to work with for the
CGI?
for the animation cutscenes.
Also remember.
Yeah, but I also think that like the designs don't have to be necessarily like. I think the fact that they had to animate like every like lip movement to the T to like the voice actors is like already so.
Yeah.
I think is that level of grotesqueness of like floppy lips that move like exactly to the syllables of, of the voice acting. It doesn't help.
But the other thing is I do know that the studio was capable of putting like getting animators that can do a particular style is like casting actors for a film. The group of animators that they had working on this was not the right casting for this job. A game where they did have enough time to pull off the animation that they wanted, and they were playing to the strength of the style of the animators. The other CDI game, I Am Mean, one of their other CDI games, I Am Mean. Watch the intro for that game, or watch the animation from that game. It's good. I mean, it's a shit game, but the characterization and animation is like just fine for what it is.
Oh, one little thing. Do you guys want to see something like the jankiest drawing line ever? Because I don't.
Hang on, I'm gonna put I Am Mean intro over here.
Sorry, I'm just trying to say like you guys remember, or at least I think you remember like the hexagons for circles. Yeah, I got something worse now.
See this.
It's even worse. hexagons instead of circles? How about just a randomly going down line that just will not receive? Has like a straight up drawing dead zone. I'm just trying to draw like a straight line across. A relatively straight line across. Like, what is this?
Also, for the record, for anyone that needs additional reference,
I am
posted round 3.
Yeah.
You did what now?
I posted round 3 of the CT Chrysler reference in the Discord chat. If anyone needs any additional.
You are a
hero.
I'm already through step 2 and already I'm like.
But anyway, the I Am Mead video that I just played on Twitch, that almost single-handedly redeems the animation team. It's like, okay, yeah, there's still lots of issues with it, but like, for example, you can see how cramped that character was getting when he was like moving around the screen and stuff, with like all his limbs kind of bunched inwards. Like that was kind of staged really badly. But and it kind of feels like they had a lot of like pretty young animators working on this stuff, like maybe who were like, or maybe not the top tier talent in the world, let's just say. But you can see that there was like some passion in what they did there. Like this is definitely a Russian animation company, because he did like they had him like jump up on a desk and do like kind of like a Slavic little bit of antics with his legs.
I mean, it's not the worst animation I've ever seen. XR.
No, I mean it fits the And also, like, you can see, like, that was on emulation that was playing at like the same frame rate that like the original hardware did. You can see like the kind of like vertical sync shit that was going on, the anti-vertical sync shit that was going on. Like the frame rate is kind of really fucky, like on the compressed full motion video animated cutscenes for those.
Damn it, Bear, my torsos looked so good, and then you got rid of the reference, and now
Although the compression in that video was partly because of YouTube, but I mean the emulator, you could see the frame rate in that. It was really choppy, and that's what the original Zelda CDI cutscenes were like. If you've looked at them in like the original Philips CDI hardware, instead of an emulator that smooths everything out.
It's so bad.
What?
I'm drawing a Pikachu.
Oh.
There's nothing more jank than what I'm working with right now.
Yeah. Why did you make me feel pain?
Pika life is pain.
Pika means pain.
What is the name of that animation with Pikachu?
What is it? God.
Where is it? Hang on, I need to find this animation.
No, just thinking of like I've got picturing this in my mind. So like Ash is coming out, he's got like this 1,000-yard stare in his eyes, and he's like he grips Brock on the shoulders. He's like, Brock, Pika means pain. Pika means pain.
Mamma mia.
Look at my fabulous Pikachu.
Don't you dare.
Every time they say Pika, they're in pain all the time. God damn it.
I have a completely drawing dead zone. I can't. This drawing tablet is.
Maybe you should watch David Cronenberg's Dead Zone.
Oh no.
Dying.
Which is also on Amazon Prime.
What is that, and why shouldn't I watch it?
No, you should watch that. It's a really great horror film.
I put the definitive Pikachu video in the chat.
Me watching a horror film on my own. Good joke. I need friends with me to watch horror films.
It's the horror film where
I'm gonna put Pikachu out
it's
of
the
the
horror
dead
film
zone.
where Christopher Walken he kills nuclear Trump basically before he can become
Who
president.
made this?
David Cronenberg and Stephen King. The senator in that film who is like basically like what the plot of the movie is that Christopher Walken's character has a near-death experience, and then when he touches people, he's able to like see into the near future their death, or if they've murdered someone or something like that. And so he touches hands with the it's like after like doing some detective work stuff for the cop to actually catch a serial killer and a couple other things, and save a little girl's life from a burning house and stuff. He touches hands with a senator who he sees the senator basically like setting off World War III and ending the world. And so then he takes it upon himself, like if you could go back in time and kill Hitler, would you do it? And so yeah, so he goes out to do that. Anyway, so the way that the evil senator acts in the movie, very much like Trump, to the point that Stephen King is like, Stephen King felt that like when he was watching Trump, it was like watching his character in real life, and he's now kind of sorry that he created the character, because yeah, thank goodness like it never came to nuclear war with that bastard. But...
Oh, I don't even know if it. Oh, I could actually reach the layers if I wanted to.
It never did because Trump is way too much of a coward. He's too lazy to be committed to nuclear war the way that the senator from Dead Zone would be.
You're gonna poke the bull on that one. World War III, courtesy of Space Dad.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can
No, I don't know when you even bother with the war. I would just nuke the whole planet. So not waste any time.
Alright, can I?
I'm not talking to you mammals. Clear the planet.
Can I kill the? Yes, I can. Oh my god! Can I kill the?
Daddy
chicks?
needs a new tool shed.
I need a pink. I need a pink. Come on, you can do it.
What are you doing?
I don't know what Red Cheese doing, but
Yeah, I know. I'm just listening to this massive struggle right now. I have no idea what's happening.
I can't reach the color with my drawing tablet because it won't reach.
Do you have a dead zone on it or something?
A dead zone?
As dead zones, I'm using my like trackpad.
It's not too late. It's not too late. She's screaming.
Look at my Pikachu.
She's screaming. It's not too late.
Pikachu.
Is that
He's
Pikachu
screaming
flipping
pink.
us off?
He's screaming pink.
Yeah.
I can't mix pink. It's not too
My
late.
thing is so
Wait,
jank, it won't
Is
work.
Red Tree streaming?
is not in the
What
loop.
is happening with that? What is going on? I just opened that stream up.
This is so cursed. It won't work. I was telling you guys, like, you guys.
You should have thought about that until this happened.
Space Dad has seen circles that become.
Oh my god.
Dear God, what did you do to him?
I feel like I'm missing.
This is what my
Shame it
drawing
about
tablet. Okay, I got this.
Pika means pain.
Yes.
Pika means pain.
Oh, sweet cheese.
Oh yeah, that was my Wikipedia, I think,
Oh God.
or someone else.
Mamma mia.
Baby, you didn't tell me.
What have you done, T?
This is my drawing
What have you
tablet.
fucking done?
This is my drawing tablet. It has a complete dead zone here. It can't draw.
I think it's time for a new tablet.
You need a new tablet, Tia. T.
Yeah, I'd
Wait
say
for
so.
That Pikachu looks like he's about to head downtown and have.
The tablet's making a cursed picture right now.
It's done. It can't work.
This is a fun
Your
experiment.
tablet is cursed.
Tablet
Can I put this on stream real quick?
Yes.
Please do. Oh my God.
Or
This is
Please do that.
horrifying.
This is so bad. I could draw more Pokemon on this shit.
Pikachu
please
EXP
don't.
right now.
I mean, please do. Yes.
Draw more Pokemon, please.
Glaceon
Yeah,
You can make a creepypasta with
that
these.
right
style.
Here's a Pikachu is barely functional.
Let me help you with this.
Tablet's not functional.
Imagine a jump scare without Pikachu.
Why did you erase the goddamn middle finger?
Red.
Why was I made to feel pain?
It has a complete dead zone. It can't reach
It can't
this
go into
corner.
the
If he uses lightning bolt, he feels pain all the time.
So, here, I'm gonna put something on stream that'll help you. That'll help with this.
No, don't bring up the memories of Nina. It still hurts. It still hurts a lot. It's scarring.
It will always hurt.
Red.
Hey.
Goddamn mouth.
He's waving.
This is why we should do draw shitty Pokemon. Draw games or something.
No, this is the rest of the night. Us just staring at this drawing.
Yeah.
Screw practice. This is the rest of the night now.
I am an artist. I will adjust.
Now this is studying.
Ladies and gentlemen, the record for highest selling NFT goes to Red T.
Look on stream real quick.
Jesus.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
I hope
Yes.
so. I want to.
I'm using a combination of the trackpad and this.
I'm gonna take a little break. Thank you for this horror show.
T, you need to get together a fund for a new tablet. This is not okay.
No, you need to get together a fund for a horror game with this Pikachu.
I thought the cursor freezing bug on my 24 Pro
Wow,
was
our
bad. This is
viewers-
terrifying.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but our viewer count just shot up 20 since
I like that
since
one
they
guy's
put the
idea.
shitty Pikachu on stream.
Just
People coming in here where we're trying to do like figure drawing and they're
literally
confused
just
by the
make a
shitty
horror
Pikachu.
game, but you only draw the monsters using your tablet right now, and it'll.
Yeah.
Your tablet is so cursed. It is purposely making cursed monsters.
Oh, your tablet looks lovely, Red Tea.
Oh my god. I'll do
It's
another
so
request.
convoluted.
What's the
Your
other
tablet is not
Pokemon you
smooth.
guys
It
want
is
me to draw?
convoluted.
Do
like
a
like a
Vaporeon.
good smart brain.
Yeah, do doesn't matter which one.
Creepypasta Pikachu. That's the strongest monster in all of Doodle Monsters.
Wait, somebody start the lavender now.
Yes.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'll do this. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
I'll fucking do it again.
Alright, let's see. What?
And the stream's it's supposed to be putting time, so this is just gonna send into chaos now, I think.
Alright, I'm gonna take a break as well, but please draw more Pokemon.
Yeah, we're gonna do more torsos. We're gonna spend more time. I think it's good time for like a short break while we just fuck around with this for a few
What's
minutes.
Vaporeon look like?
I want to get more torsos in though. This is good practice.
Okay, gotcha. I know what Vaporeon looks like.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Did you make your profile picture with the tablet?
What?
Did you make your profile picture with that tablet that you're making right now?
Oh yeah, I can totally do that. I'll do
I put another image on stream for you, just for you. Richie.
You didn't answer my question.
Gosh.
My question's not that important.
Gosh. I'll fucking do it again. Yup.
Is it Vaporeon? How do you say that name? Fuck.
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon. Yes.
Yup. It's a Vaporeon. Yup.
It's happening. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it.
I gotta go back.
It's a good start.
We die like men.
Oh, hey there, Vaporeon. You seem to be weird tonight. Yuck.
Vaporeon weird.
It sounds.
What in the absolute fuck is that?
Now wait a minute. I have an excuse.
Please post a screenshot of your mutant Pikachu in the drawing corner chat so I can have that somewhere.
Can we all be in favor that is the new Discord logo for like our channel logo now? Just weird
I don't even have a
Pikachu.
logo, so yeah, why not?
Red T, can you take a screenshot? Can you take a screen grab and put it in the Discord chat?
For real though,
The shitty Pikachu.
like your Vaporeon's face looks like Goblin Slayer. Am I wrong though?
Honestly, is like that's a compliment.
like the helmet that he wears? Oh my god.
It's a compliment. We're doing the best we can, boys. Oh, what a.
You know, there is part of me.
Weird definition.
There is part of me that wants to make this 10 times worse. Can you draw Mario?
What's stopping you?
Oh yeah.
Draw
I'll
Link.
do a request, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm curious to see how
Link.
bad we can get this.
No, T. What you gotta do is you gotta be like $5 a commission. Let's go.
Draw Magikarp.
Oh, this is
Did I
this is
say his name?
hilarious.
Magikarp.
This is
Yeah,
fine.
Vaporeon, right there.
so bad.
This is fine.
Okay, I'm gonna try to erase them out. I'm gonna redo it. Let's
No,
try it again.
no, that was the best part. You can't destroy art.
That's great. Vaporeon.
There we
by-
go.
Vaporeon
Goddamn,
by
oh, whoa.
Edward Munch.
Wait. We need an Ash Ketchum in there. This is not complete yet without a Pokemon trainer.
No, I have a dead zone and only will draw on the bottom left corner.
That's not a dead zone. That's a plastic tablet.
No, it literally won't reach here. It won't draw here.
That's not a dead zone. That's a blessing.
Okay,
Keep
I
drawing.
changed the stream. I changed the stream
It
title.
will not draw anything
Refresh
there.
the browser. I
Dead
changed the
zone.
stream
Did you
title.
mean blessed zone?
Just send it to Kobe when he doesn't know.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, now it's for the. It's
Yeah,
time for
yep.
the. It's
Class
time
has
for the
gotten
back spines. Let's see. Okay, it's okay for now.
Gotta add the details, of course.
There we
Where's
go.
the acid armor?
There we go.
Well,
We do
acid
a lot.
armor just turns it invisible, as far as I,
I rest
recall.
my case.
Oh God!
I swear to God, I'm a real artist.
I just realized what you were going with right there. I walked right into that.
Magikarp, dude. Draw
I
Magikarp
swear to
after
God,
this.
I'm a real artist. I can draw good. It's just my drawing tablet's so jammed.
Yeah, there it is.
Sure.
I'm an artist. Just
You're
play
you're
for the
implying
role.
that you're not drawing masterpieces right now.
Guys,
How dare
guys,
you?
guys,
How
this is what
dare
happens.
you?
This is what happens when you leave your Pokemon at daycare just a little
How
bit
dare
too
you
long for the
disrespect
breeding
your tablet?
process.
Your tablet's making God's work.
It's too overbaked. You baked it you baked it in the nursery for too long, and that's what happened.
It's this guy's run into missing no one too many times.
You just draw Magikarp after this.
Yeah. Vaporeon.
Professor Oak, I would like to return my Vaporeon. He appears to be broken.
Vaporeon, 100.
I swear he was like this when I got him.
Defective merchandise.
I'm sorry, that's not
Bootleg.
I would like to trade him for a Mewtwo. Thank you very much.
Bootleg.
One of a kind, legendary Pokemon.
Oh, I feel like I've got arthritis or something. Jesus.
You feel like you've got arthritis.
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 I'm laughing too hard. I can't do the exercises.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm shot.
Everything's just falling apart.
Stream is derailed.
Everything's gone.
There we go.
Although my distracted practice is not that far off of my focus.
Space Dad, for the love of God, when you upload this to YouTube, just make a separate video of just this entire back end section. Oh my God!
Greatest thing ever.
No, I'm gonna leave it in.
He's beautiful.
No, I
Leave it
mean
in.
make a duplicate video. Just make this the highlight of this entire art section. Oh my
I'm
God!
gonna leave it in, but I'm gonna
Just make a
if
Pikachu
we
the
want to do
thumbnail.
some more of this, I might snip this off. But let's maybe try to do some shitty Pokemon. I've been wanting to do like art games where we draw like
hang on.
shitty
I have
Simpsons,
a
shitty
great idea.
Pokemon,
We
shitty.
should do a Scribblio, because this
I've
works.
got it.
Draw a
I've got it.
Pokemon with a mouse.
Oh yeah, Scribbly would be great.
Yeah, that's
No,
a
wait.
Scribblio.
Wait, I've got it. I've got the shittiest Pokemon ever created. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh no. Let's see. Oh, okay.
You know what the scary part is?
What?
Theoretically, with how bad you're doing Vaporeon, you could probably draw a better Sanic.
What?
Wait.
She could, if she could draw, if Red T can draw Sanic intentionally the way it's supposed to be, it might come out better.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll try
You
it.
could draw
I'll try it.
Sonic and Mario making out.
No.
No.
No, we've gone too far.
No.
Yeah, run it back a bit.
Don't be weird. This is family
Okay.
friendly.
Okay,
Use-
I
use a
have.
tablet
I'll
to
get
draw-
rid of the
draw
art.
Hang
Sonic
on.
Sucker
No,
games.
let's go back to figure drawing.
No, hang on. Go to Magma 2.
But we'll
I
leave
have
the
the
shitty
shittiest
Pokemon
Pokemon
up
ever.
there.
I've got the shittiest
Wait, no,
Pokemon
no.
ever in the bottom right.
No, sometimes I need to actually. I can't actually reach the pen with just my drawing tablet. I just need to.
Yeah, I think I should make a shitty Pokemon. Or I should make a Magma Challenge section in our Discord so we can have like set challenges or things like this.
I have it. I win. Vault Cube.
Alright, here we go. Need to close that.
There's something special about Pikachu because it looks like he's shocking himself.
Oh, he's special. All right.
God damn.
Yeah.
Special.
Sketchy. What
like
the
he's trying to
hell?
hurt
He's,
himself.
he's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
What
rare
the
Pikachu.
hell, dude? That's terrible.
Wait a
You know,
minute.
I'll leave it at that. Wait, no, I can do the cat. Come on.
Alright,
Come on.
change
Yeah.
the title back to normal again. I'll leave your shitty Pokemon up there, but I'm gonna be going back to doing what I was doing with the torsos.
No, yeah, go ahead. I
Yeah.
just wanted to report. This is something.
Thank you for sharing this gift with us.
That's a Vaporeon high out of its mind.
Oh, come on.
Pikachu
Yes.
on ketamine.
Should I draw a Sanic?
Sanic.
Yes.
You
Or I
can
could do,
only
like-
make him better. I swear to God, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna turn into the actual Sonic when you try to draw him with that tablet.
Sanic.
Panic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I need to pull up references because I don't draw Sonic the Hedgehog. So
Sonic the
This
Hedgehog.
is-
Sonic the Hedgehog's actually fairly easy. He's basically just one big circle, a bean, like a literal bean.
A
And
circle with this.
Then draw like
You
a big
think
circle
it's
or a
not
figure eight for the
circles, you
feet.
fool?
It's gonna look better if you try.
Gotta go fast.
Draw Sonic, but with no reference.
Gotta go fast.
Okay.
Whoa! Gotta speed up.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't know how to draw a Sonic though.
Sorry, I should have warned people about that. Brace yourselves on the stream. If you're listening to the stream audio.
Oh god. Let's see.
Yeah,
Alright.
all I did was I played the Sanic
Alright.
game.
Oh God.
Yeah, our viewership jumped up about 20 when you posted that. When we were doing that stupid shit. Like a lot of people came in here probably got really confused. Or they saw the thumbnail just was like, what the?
Yeah, you should make that the thumbnail for the VOD later.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All the yes.
Yeah, I've never drawn Sonic, so okay.
Looking good.
I can knock him out on screen right now if you want me to.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, back in the tree where Aaron's still regrowing his legs for 12 chapters. No, wait, I'm wrong. It's 30 chapters. I sat through that hell. I forgot about that.
So, ranch or cool ranch?
Ram Ranch?
I think I broke somebody.
Ranch or cool ranch?
Oh, he doesn't even have pants. Okay, I was thinking like, oh, it's like Mickey Mouse. And I was like, no, it's not. Never mind. Why would Sonic wear pants? What the fuck?
Oh my god, this is turning into a discount Drawfee session right now.
Can Red Team
Sonic
draw
wearing
with
pants,
a
imagine.
big-ass, drawing tablet? The answer is yes.
You're,
Only in the bottom left corner.
your drawing from tablet is literally a national treasure right now. The amount of joy it has brought to us tonight is just ridiculous.
The tablet's just made from the gods themselves.
Who says art is
Maybe he said he needs to practice on poses. It's like, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I think you should kill yourself, Dilbert.
Now, the question of the day is, should I draw? Nah.
Should I draw? Yeah.
Yeah.
Drawing tablet says no, but
Why am I seeing Dilbert in the far?
He just says no.
oh god. It's actually not as bad as I as I imagined it'd be.
I mean, it looks kind of like the Paramount first rendition of Sonic in the movie.
All right,
Human teeth. Human teeth.
Oh, don't. He's gonna have fucking demon teeth. Whether you want it or not. There you go. Nah, human teeth. There we go.
Please don't kill me.
Does he have anything else? I don't think he wears anything else.
No, that's it.
No, he has no pants.
No, he's mostly leg. What the fuck?
Yeah, no,
I'll let
that's
you
how
go
Sonic works.
Tell me which came first. Ranch or Cool Ranch?
Alright, eraser.
Surprised every time he runs, his shoes don't get caught on
Which
fire.
came first, chat? Ranch or Cool Ranch?
Ranch or Cool Ranch?
Ranch or Cool Ranch?
Trackpad this.
Stupid bitch. You stupid fucking bitch. I can't believe how dumb you are. Jesus Christ. I can't believe how fucking dumb you are. You're the
I
dumbest
don't know what Cool
motherfucker.
Ranch is, but Cool Ranch. Why would anyone go to a regular ranch? There's a Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch is a flavor of Dorito chip.
Yeah, and that came before Ranch, because there was a Ranch flavor eventually.
Well, it's only up here.
First of all, nacho cheese is the best Dorito flavor.
But Cool Ranch was like the... Yeah. Cool Ranch was... But Cool Ranch came before Ranch.
Come on. There we go. No, that's my actual drawings. Come back here. Come back here, Sonic. There we go. I'm just using trackpad. I need trackpad. Otherwise it won't function. Why is the eraser not being compliant? Come on.
Hey, please, Dad, could you share a couple of your drawovers on the chat? Like, I wanted to see how you were drawing the pelvis, incorporating the pelvis in the bean shape.
I mean, I guess I could share, but honestly, I think Ethan's doing a better job of it than me. You can.
How I draw its pelvis?
I'll upload it later, but
I need to.
Can you make your drawing panel on the stream a bit bigger?
Okay.
Come on. Come down here. Okay. There we go.
Oh, so you actually trying to be serious and draw Sonic all of a sudden?
Yes.
There he is. And he's got these weird leg warmers too.
Leg warmers.
Like, yeah. What
Sonic
are
with
those,
his
ankle
worm
locks?
legs.
There we go. It's Sonic.
It's Sonic. Just like you
I guess
remember
you
the
were
kids.
right. I did draw better Sonic than Sonic, but
Sonic,
I don't know.
just like you remember him in the crunchy Sega Master System.
Alright, let's try this. Let's see. Edgier blue color, more blue. There we go. There we go. Nope. Okay, I guess that's part is not getting colored.
Probably got to cut out the segment of where I played the stupid Dilbert video.
Oh, come on, connecting. Come. Okay, it's disconnected.
That's some vintage memes.
Oh wait, we're back. I think.
Also, thank you for reminding me. I now have Marble Zone stuck in my head all of a sudden.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah,
We're back,
what?
we're back.
Marbles. The theme of Marble Zone. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now that you said it, it's stuck in my brain now.
Well, the thing was, there was a VTuber who did a remix of Marble Zone, and it was stuck in my head.
Oh,
for,
that.
like, the majority of the
Okay.
week, and
I thought we were talking about the RoboCop music from the Dilbert video. That was from a RoboCop, the RoboCop game.
Oh, gotta wait. Yes. So wait. There, it's done. No, it's not. Yellow? Yellow? Yes. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Nice.
I'll just play this stupid. It's I'm not sure what RoboCop game it was from. This music was from a Mega game or Mega RoboCop game or something. But this was the title music.
It's
Playing on stream
done.
right now.
That's a nice Sonic. You
Yeah,
can
but
now post some vegan art.
But I don't know what it has to do with RoboCop.
Got it. Done. Done. Okay. Next challenge.
Here's the thumbnail for the fucking video.
What's the next challenge? Try to clean them up a little. Let's see. Let's see. No, that's actually
Sonic.
We're gonna try to clean them up here a little bit. Look at that.
Sonic, the only animated character.
Better already. There we go.
Alright, so now draw Sonic the Hedgehog heads on every single one of these bodies.
God.
I can draw anything in this bottom left corner.
I'm gonna need some more shit if I'm gonna be drawing Sonics.
We could try to
We're gonna need
draw.
more Sonics.
I could try to draw my avatar. You guys want to see me looking jank as hell?
Will you be airbending?
I'm gonna do another one. Let's see. I'm gonna do my character.
Unrelated, is there a place on the Discord that I can post like meme videos for Sonic?
There's a meme section, yeah.
Yes. I'm able to select it even without using the thing. Okay.
I mean, like, minimal amounts of shit posting in general is okay.
Do you want me to post them all in shit posting in general?
What, your shitty... I'm gonna make a section for posting shitty Pokemons.
No, you don't need to.
And by shitty Pokemons, I mean any shitty on purpose art.
So I can post my art and say it was on purpose?
Sure. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I have no investment whatsoever in that prospect.
I think we just formally lost our minds at this point tonight.
You
I
figured
don't
it
know
out
what you're
now.
talking about. I'm getting more torso practice on.
Wrong is the only way to go.
Red T, you want to post your donation link or something so people can fund a new tablet for you.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, get this gal a tablet.
Come on.
I have another tablet. This is my old this was my old one that's like 10 years old at least now. So.
Oh, okay.
Are you
So
using
you
the
do have a
old
good.
one?
Why are you using the old one?
Because my boyfriend was
Because
using the
pain.
newer one, so I was just like,
Wait,
okay.
your boyfriend? Well, then you don't really have a tablet, do you?
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's go donate so you can buy her a new one.
Do you guys want to see me draw with a functional drawing tablet, or do you guys want to keep memeing and watching me draw with a shitty one?
No, let's watch you draw with a tablet that looks like it's on ketamine. The functional tablet. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, functional.
Who wants to watch that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just stop drawing the shit tablet.
I think the shitty tablet is the functional
Alright, how
tablet.
many votes do we have for shitty tab? Should I put a thing for like how many for shitty tablet and how many for functional
This is a
tablet?
tablet that's able to do like the absolute minimum.
Somebody get the
Barely
straw poll
keeping it
going.
together.
Hang on, I got
Or I'm gonna write in
Dude, I bet you right now an iPad would be better than your tablet.
shitty tablet
And a little iPad.
and functional. Whichever has more reactions to it will I will continue drawing with.
I'm pretty sure you already know the answer to this one.
That's one vote for shitty tablet.
And the blood starts. There it is.
Okay, 6 votes for shitty tablet, 0 votes for functional tablet.
I should have started a poll for that.
I was in the middle of it, and then she came up with
A poll in Twitch or?
Yeah. Yeah, you can start polls on Twitch.
Yeah, okay, so 1 subscription for shitty tablet, and 2 subscriptions for functional tablet. Come on, chat.
Come on, chat. Step it up.
You're too slow, chat.
That's me with
That's
the
me.
shitty tablet.
Whoa, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah.
A very Tommy Wiseau conviction here with your "that's me."
All right, that's me with the trash tablet or the. Oh, it's not trash. I'm being mean. This is
I
lasting
did
me for
not
10
draw
years.
with trash. I did not draw it. I did not.
Beautiful.
This has lasted me for 10 years, and now it's in the bed.
Last you for another 2 years, just with
You know what? I'm
you
gonna go.
have an iPad?
I'm gonna go on a gamble and say that's a bamboo.
You're gonna want to look at
Based on
this.
shape.
All right, what's the next request? What's the next thing I should draw?
Oh god.
Think
Oh
you're going
no.
for Animators,
Oh
folks.
dear.
CDI link.
My...
CDI blink. Okay.
Alright, guys. My brain is officially destroyed tonight by that image.
Yeah, I'm
Just now?
I'm good. I'm done. Thank you.
I can no longer unsee that.
Yeah, all hope is lost.
God damn it.
Actually, you know what? Give us a Misty. Give us a Misty.
No, I'm used to this level of weirdness. Like I can keep it together in spite of all this shit.
I should name.
So I'm getting more towards
Wait,
those
right,
studies.
just draw a monkey.
There's only 2 votes for functional tablet.
Dude, back.
All right, we're going for CDI link.
We're going back.
Go back to monkey.
Yeah.
Return to monkey.
Draw a monkey right now.
Yeah, back.
All right, CDI link. Yeah, here it won't draw at all. Like, at all. Forget about it. It ain't happening. No lies.
That's
a new
good.
tablet.
Why is this on screen?
Use the better tablet.
Why is my?
I only have 2 votes for functional tablet, so.
No, you already said you can't draw for your old tablet, so what are you gonna do now?
No. Democracy.
Democracy.
Just draw the new tablet.
Democracy.
Am I the only one who finds the idea of democracy and anarchy?
The monkey see.
No. I don't think this is democracy. I think we've gone to full democracy now. It's just democracy.
Call it democracy.
Are you drawing monkey?
I'm trying to draw a CDI link.
What would a Colin democracy look like? What?
Pretty it would look like the Pikachu. That's
It
what
would
it would look like.
Colin democracy would look basically like the being John Malkovich thing, except like it's an entire like Senate or like a Japanese diet, just full of nothing but Colin mockeries. Colin Mockery, what do you think about passing this measure? I agree with Colin Mockery. My good honorable colleague Colin Mockery also agrees. So all of Colin Mockeries are in favor 100%. Breaking news, Colin Mockery has approved a measure supporting Colin Mockery for Colin Mockery.
I feel like
No, fuckers, I'm adapting. I can do.
That's a Colin Mocracy, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
You'll learn
not-
about it in your you can learn about it in your
This setback will not stop me.
you learn about it in your K-12 mockery history.
this just in: the mockocracy has been overthrown by a Ryan Stiles electee.
Oh god.
And a roving band of Shia LaBeouf cannibals.
I drew a 0 wrong. Oh no, this is gonna cost me.
Whoa! I can't wait to bob some dongos.
There we go.
Oh, God.
I thought I could get away with it.
You've killed me. Good.
artist here.
Yeah, I mean, I had to. I was working at Disneyland. I had to deal with like screaming kids and stuff. So, or like a giant fucking parade going directly behind my back.
Billy Mays here with a non-functional tablet. It draws sometimes, but then it doesn't draw at all. You can get this for an order of $19.95. That's right, $19.95. Order yours now.
Order now and get a free dysfunctional pen.
If you order now within the next 5 minutes, get a free Pikachu. Because remember, Pikachu means pain. That's right, Pikachu means pain.
Hello. Hello. You can also get a Vaporeon. It's beautiful.
My chest hurts.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad I can entertain people tonight.
It's gorgeous. Look at him.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Perfection. Oh wait, that's my thing. That's not me.
Just print out both of them and just hang them on the wall of your studio.
Alright, so your homework is.
Oh yeah, I still gotta color him in, don't I?
That's the homework. Just
CDI Link, let's go. Come on, CDI Link. Let me draw over here.
Your homework is to balance a fork on the edge of the soy sauce bottle.
Oh god.
Your homework is to fix my fucking drawing tablet. What the hell?
Well, that's how you fix it.
You can't fix what's not broken. This is.
You can't fix what's already dead.
Hey, just remember, it is actually possible to fix an Xbox One by punching it.
Can I get $20?
I'm serious.
You look like an Xbox.
This is not an exaggeration. Look it up.
Specifically your teeth.
This is how you fix the DVD drive.
I mean, that makes perfect sense because the way you fixed an Xbox 360 was literally to set it on fire.
Well, that's when it's... They did that on their own, just when they were working as intended.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't really...
The first couple gens of those.
Oh god, yes. The fact that you actually had to go literally put it in the oven wrapped in a blanket to melt the graphics card back into place just to get it to function was hysterical.
For the record, that's just because most people have no concept of the concept of soldering.
Understand.
Alright.
The concept of soldering.
Yes. He had brown hair? I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Link.
No, that's
Link has like light brown hair.
Yeah, in CDI, yeah, that's actually pretty accurate.
Is that right? Okay.
You're actually pretty close to spot on, honestly.
That's what I'm trying to go for. It's like this weird, muddy looking.
Yeah, no, that's pretty. That's basic.
I feel like he's also kind of thinker. Let's go. Gotcha. We did good. We did great, boys.
We did it.
We did it.
We got
We did it.
What did we learn?
Jesus Christ, Blink.
Red T's tablet is the
God.
greatest gift to man. That's what I learned today. I don't know about you guys.
Professor, how long until class is over?
Not until the CDI Link sings.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude when I was like, hey, do you guys want to see the most jankest shit ever? And I felt like I was ignored for like a few minutes, and then someone actually looked and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I looked at it and I just started
While we
losing
were in
my
the
mind.
class, I mean. We were in the
sorry.
class.
I'm genuinely sorry about that, but I thought
It's
this was
okay. I mean, we need to have more fun here.
This was a gift. This was a true gift tonight.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be like the class clown here, but like legit, like look at this shit.
I mean, maybe not something like this every single time we have class, but this is. I would say maybe we could have like a clowning period at the very end or something in the future.
Yeah, I don't intend to do this often. This is a nightmare and a half. Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait till Space Dad puts this entire section up on YouTube because I want to rewatch it so bad.
He's like, hey, look at my.
I might have to trim it because there might be a few copyrighted things
Wigs
in
the
the
fuck out.
one that I'm gonna trim out.
I literally now have Marvel
I could trackpad. If I wanted to cheat, but I'm not a cheater and I don't give up. Come on, get to the eyes. Come to the eyes. Come on,
Come to the eyes.
Okay, I'm just gonna do trackpad.
Use the horse.
Use the
Trackpad.
Those are some waifu eyes right there.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Everything. Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
Everything's trackpad.
I think we're gonna raid someone now, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty good time to end the stream.
That sounds appropriate.
Probably is.
Wait, are you actually streaming what I'm streaming right
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Ben, I never stopped.
Dude, have you not noticed that?
No, I haven't.
Ironically, I have put in more work on this stream than I have in the last one.
Oh, wow.
That's unfortunate for you, I guess.
It really is.
You picked the wrong stream to be serious on.
You really did.
Well, no. I think everyone's good because it's just such a simple tool, and you can refer to Ethan's video. But everyone knows what they're gonna do, and they can keep doing it after this. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing more of this, and we're gonna be trying to do step 2 of what Ethan is doing. Let's see who could. Let's raid Straight Chat. Straight Chat is one of the writers from for the Half-Life series. Let's raid him because he's. Let's just surprise the shit out of him. Feel free to troll his chat, not like in a malicious way, but like, just like.
Okay.
Bizarre
No.
non-sequiturs and shit.
I understand what we have to do. We have to post the Pikachu.
Feel free to say Half-Life memes or other shit.
Pain, everybody, come on!
Or Dr. Food or something, I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
anyway, I
so
gotta
we're-
go sleep. See you guys later.
You guys can add the text.
Well, let's
this
stick around for
thing-
the raid. Let's just surprise chat. I played
It's
games a
coming
couple
to
times with them.
Pam Pika means pain, everybody. You know what to do.
You guys want Pikachu or you want all of them?
After 3,000 years of development, it's finally worth the wait. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. So, 38 viewers. We got 34 viewers ready to raid. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be continuing this. We're going to be taking a look at some Sakukaburu stuff for animation inspiration, and we'll be trying to do step 2 of Ethan's draw thing.
Will they include more Pikachu?
No.
Yeah, I think that some kind of art. I think that like that come and draw that drink and draw group that does it every other week is going to do something tomorrow. So if they're not doing that, then I'll host something silly after the stream for us to do, like something in this vein.
Oh dear God! Can we please do a drink and draw?
Yeah. Well, but if we do it, we'll do it on stream. I'll just like cut the segment at the end of the class, and then we'll just do that for a while.
Aw, damn it! I've got D&D tomorrow.
Should it be drink and draw and jank?
10 seconds to raid. 10 seconds to raid. Whoop, whoop. All right. See you guys over in chat stream. He's gonna be very confused.
Pika means pain.